Good day everyone, we are from Group 1 and today our group will be presenting our Human Resource Management case study on Malaysia Airlines Berhad. My name is Vidya Sri and these are my group members Nur Afzan, Masih and Cha Winjun. Together, we will discuss how Malaysia Airlines applied HRM concepts to manage its workforce disruption between 2023 and 2024. Malaysia Airlines, which is our national carrier, faced a major workforce disruption between 2023 and 2024. During this period, more than 60 licensed aircraft engineers resigned, and many of them were recruited by SIA Engineering Company, which is owned by Singapore Airlines. So this situation caused a shortage of skilled manpower and led to reduced flight frequencies, flight delays, and several technical issues. It also highlights how human resource management is not just an administrative function, but a strategic component that manages workforce challenges and supports organizational resilience. In this report, our group analyzes how Malaysia Airlines responded to this disruption through various HR strategies and how effective those responses were. After identifying the 2023 and 2024 workforce disruption, Malaysia Airlines took several strategic steps to stabilize operations while preparing for long-term recovery. Malaysia Airlines used strategic HR planning to balance short-term operations with long-term stability. During the disruption, Malaysia Aviation Group reduced flights and routes to maintain safety while matching manpower to current capacity. HR analytics helped guide workforce forecasting and reduce dependence on third-party maintenance. So the company also applied succession planning by retaining senior engineers and training junior staff for leadership roles. Overall, these HR decisions were aligned with company goals, ensuring that critical routes and services consistency were maintained despite workforce shortages.
Hi everyone, my name is Cha Winjun and I'll be explaining how Malaysia Airlines managed its talent acquisition and retention strategies during the workforce disruption. For talent acquisition, Malaysia Airlines adopted selective hiring, focusing on essential roles such as pilot, engineers, cabin crew, and customer service agents to meet business needs efficiently. At the same time, Malaysia Airlines reinforced its employer branding through the Malaysian hospitality identity, highlighting the service, culture, and national pride to affect candidates motivated by purpose instead of pay. To strengthen its internal talent supply, the airline partnered with aviation college through the Training Aircraft Maintenance Engineer or TAME program. This helped develop technical skills from within rather than depending on external hiring. As the industry became more digital, new IT and data-related skill demand emerged, creating a potential gap between the technological needs and the current workforce capabilities. Retention, however, remained a significant challenge. Ongoing pay cut, financial instability, and competition from regional airlines like Singapore Airlines and AirAsia reduced employee loyalty. In 2024, Malaysia Airlines lost 63 licensed engineers including 12 senior staff who joined SIA Engineering Company. To address this, the airline introduced enhanced agile reskilling opportunities, performance-based incentive, wellness programs, flexible work hours, and more open communication to rebuild trust. This initiative strengthened the company's branding and recruitment success, but gap in pay, workload balance, and career progression continued to affect morale. The Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia shortened the air operator certificate from 3 years to 1, signaling concern about staffing and compliance. Moving forward, Malaysia Airlines should focus on fair compensation, clearer career development, and stronger succession planning to maintain employee commitment and long-term workforce stability.
Hi everyone, my name is Masih. I will explain how Malaysia Airlines enhanced its training and development to overcome the engineer shortage. After losing 63 engineers from MAB Engineering Services, the company faced a serious challenge in maintaining its operations. To recover, it focused on rebuilding its technical team through structured training. Malaysia Airlines expanded the training aircraft maintenance, accelerated training, and technician development programs. These programs combine classroom learning with real aircraft practice under CAM and ICAO standards. Using the ADDIE model, the company identified skill gaps, improved training modules, and introduced AI chatbots and VR tools under the Smart Hangar vision to create a future-ready engineering team. With a stronger engineering team in place, Malaysia Airlines focused on managing performance and keeping employees motivated. To maintain safety and efficiency, the company strengthened its performance management system by applying key performance indicators that measure safety, efficiency, and cost control. The KPIs were supported by regular performance review to strengthen accountability and ensure standards were met. The Smart Hangar innovation introduced virtual reality and AI tools for coaching and training, helping engineers adapt to new technologies. To retain staff, Malaysia Airlines' improved pay package, boosting morale and recognizing hard work. According to the Age Malaysia 2025, CEO Datuk Captain Islam Ismail confirmed that this initiative effectively addressed engineer resignation and aligned employee performance with organizational goals.
Hi, I'm Narasan, and I'm going to talk about employee relations and engagements. Between 2023 and 2024, Malaysia Airlines lost 63 of 411 engineers from Malaysia Airlines Berhad Engineering Services, as reported by Sina Daily and Malay Mail. This caused heavy workloads, stress, and burnouts among the remaining staff, which led to these engagements. To rebuild trust, management introduced a cultural reset in the engineering divisions, reflecting psychological contract theory as it aimed to repair relationship and restore employee loyalty. Mitigation plans followed, focusing on aggressive recruitments and open communication with staff and stakeholders. This reflects of employee engagement theory, which highlights the roles of transparency in building trust. Still, limited feedback channels left many employees feeling unheard. This connects to employee voice theory, which stresses the needs of two-way communication to ensure fairness and reduce turnover. These efforts improve communication slightly, but ongoing workload and limited support continue to hold back full engagement. Now let's move on to legal and ethical considerations. Beyond employee engagements, the engineer shortage also raised serious legal and ethical issues for Malaysian Airlines. A CCM audit found gaps in maintenance operations and cut the airline's air operator certificate from 3 to 1, showing how workforce shortage can affect aviation safety compliance. Under the Employment Act 1955 and Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, the company has a legal duty to ensure safe working hours and conditions. But with few engineers, many face longer shifts, fatigues, and health risks, raising ethical concerns about employee welfare. In response, management began large-scale recruitments and cultural reform to meet compliance standards, and efforts reflecting ethical responsibility theory, which highlights balancing operations with employee well-being. Malaysia Airlines managed to stay legal compliant but continue to struggle with staff welfare, showing that real responsibility goes beyond law to include fairness and care.
Malaysia Airlines adopted several HR strategies to respond to the 2024 workforce disruption, achieving short-term stabilization and a gradual recovery in performance. Through the training aircraft, maintenance engineering and accelerated training programs, the airline rebuilt its engineering workforce and reduced flight delay. This initiative improved technical skills and engagement supporting human capital theory, which links skill investment to productivity. However, as reported by Malay Mail in 2024, long-term retention remained uncertain since no detailed retention data was shared. Based on Hertzberg's two-factor theory, skill development alone did not sustain motivation and financial reward were limited. The company's open and ethical leadership also played a key role in regaining trust. The Edge Malaysia 2024 highlighted how transparent communication and compliance with the Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia strengthened the airline's reputation for safety and integrity. Still, morale declined when staff bonus were reduced from 6 months to 2.5 months, as mentioned by People Matter 2024. According to equity theory, perceived unfairness in reward can lower motivation, and this clearly affected employees' confidence. Overall, this HR strategy delivered short-term stabilization and improved public trust, but long-term workforce retention and satisfaction remain ongoing challenge. After the 2024 disruption, Malaysia Airlines made real progress in rebuilding its workforce and restoring operation. Programs such as the Accelerate Training Program, Training Aircraft Maintenance Engineer, and Catapult initiative helped stabilize the workforce and reduce hiring time by about 20%. This initiative reflected human capital theory, which explained how investing in employee skills increases productivity. The Smart Hangar vision also modernized maintenance through AI and drone inspection, showing strong alignment with strategic HRM theory that link HR practice to business goals. Ethical and transparent leadership played an important role as well. Management kept regulators and public update on safety and flight delays, which rebuilt trust and strengthened Malaysia Airlines' reputation for integrity. But several challenges remain. The company planning was more reactive than predictive, and the Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia even shortened its operating certificate, signaling compliance pressure from staffing gaps. Pay cuts and smaller bonus reduce morale, and according to Herzberg's two-factor equity theories, that can lower motivation and loyalty. Workload also increased for the remaining staff, and while training improved technical skills, it didn't raise engagement because career path and feedback channels were limited. Lastly, the digital shift created a skill gap in some areas. Overall, Malaysia Airlines achieved short-term stability and operational recovery, but long-term sustainable will depend on stronger workforce planning, fairer reward, and better employee engagement.
Now let's move on to how different stakeholders responded to Malaysia Airlines HR strategies and what their feedback tells us about the company's progress. Different stakeholders provided valuable feedback on Malaysia Airlines HR strategies after the workforce disruption. Aviation analysts supported the company's decision to reduce capacity, saying it showed a strong commitment to ethical and safety leadership, even though it came with financial sacrifices. However, they also advised that Malaysia Airlines should develop more consistent long-term planning to balance safety and profitability. Management viewed the ATP and TAME programs as successful in developing internal talent and closing skill gaps, which improve workforce planning. But they also admitted that workload and employee retention remain ongoing challenges. The Civil Aviation Authority of Malaysia shortened the air operator certificate to 1 year due to compliance concerns. This decision pushed the company to strengthen accountability and rebuild trust by proving that ethical leadership must be demonstrated through real actions, not just promises. The Pilots Association raised concerns about high workload, limited pay growth, and low morale, showing that retention and motivations are still weak points in Malaysia Airlines HR system. Overall, stakeholders recognized the company's progress in safety, training, and leadership, but agreed that stronger long-term workforce planning and employee engagement are needed to achieve lasting stability. After understanding stakeholder feedback, let's now look at how Malaysia Airlines HR strategies align with key strategic HRM principles. Following the 2023 and 2024 workforce challenges, Malaysia Airlines implemented several HR strategies to strengthen workforce planning, talent management, and ethical leadership. In terms of workforce planning, training programs were introduced to stabilize short-term operations and ensure a continuous internal talent supply. However, these actions were reactive as they only took place after the mass resignations occurred. Under talent management, the company invested in the ATP, TAME, and cadet pilot programs, as well as the Smart Hangar Vision, which uses drone inspections and AI diagnostics. These initiatives enhance employee skills and align with strategic HRM principles that link HR practices to business goals. From an ethical leadership perspective, management maintained transparency with employees and customers, showing accountability and fairness during the crisis. This helped rebuild trust, although morale remained low due to reduced bonuses and heavier workloads. Overall, Malaysia Airlines strategies aligned with HRM theories and successfully stabilized operations, but they were more short-term in nature. To achieve long-term sustainability, the company needs stronger engagement, proactive planning, and fairer rewards to maintain a motivated workforce.
With the workforce now more stable, Malaysia Airlines shifted its focus toward long-term growth and employee relations. To ensure long-term workforce sustainability, Malaysia Airlines can strengthen its role in education by partnering with sekolah menengah teknik and vocational institutions. Through scholarships and bonding systems similar to MARA, the company can attract, train, and secure young talents 3 to 6 years before they enter the workforce. This supports strategic HR planning by building a steady internal pipeline of skilled employees. Malaysia Airlines can also introduce a market-based pay and reward system to ensure fair and competitive compensations. Linking performance evaluation with rewards reflects performance management principles and help boost motivation and retention. To improve employee relations, the airline should promote fair treatment and inclusiveness by involving engineers and ground crew, not only flight crew, in development activities and recognition programs. Finally, regular engagement survey and open communication can strengthen the psychological contract, helping to build trust and a stronger sense of belonging. Altogether, these strategies promote fairness, inclusiveness, and a motivated workforce that support Malaysia Airlines' long-term growth.
I will now talk about diversity, equity, and inclusions and legal compliance. Malaysia Airlines can strengthen workforce stability by expanding DEI initiative. especially in technicals and engineering areas that remain male dominated. The company can offer internships and career talks for women in technical fields to attract new talents and promote gender balance. It also ensures fair recruitment, promotions, and pay to clear equal opportunity policies and regular DEI workshops to build bias awareness and respect at work. This initiative also ensure legal compliance with the Employment Act 1955, Industrial Relations Act 1967, and Occupational Safety and Health Act 1994, which promote fairness and safe working conditions. Establishing an internal ethics and compliance committee with further strengthens accountability and transparency. Altogether, DEI and compliance create an inclusive, fair, and ethical workplace that build trust and enhance Malaysian airline reputation. Finally, I will discuss long-term sustainability and organizational resilience. To stay competitive and prepare for future disruptions, Malaysia Airlines should use HR analytics to forecast skills shortage, track turnover, and plan recruitment effectively. Strengthening sessions, plannings, and career pathways will help ensure that key roles are always filled, while job rotations and mentorship encourage flexibility across departments learning. Employee well-being must also remain a priority. Regular counseling, flexible work arrangements, and stress management programs can support mental health and maintain motivations. Ongoing collaboration with global aviation partners and training academies allows access to new technologies and skill development opportunities. By investing in continuous learning, fair treatments, and employee welfare, Malaysia Airlines can build a resilient, future-ready workforce and then support its long-term success. In summary, Malaysia Airlines' experience shows how effective HR strategies can turn a crisis into an opportunity for growth. By focusing on people, transparency, and continuous improvement, the company can build stronger and more sustainable futures. Thank you.